Honeyghan in the black shorts is Britain's newest European champion, the welterweight champion of Britain. And in the white shorts tonight, interesting opponent, R.W. Smith, the son of Andy Smith, the manager. R.W. Smith from St Ives, who didn't know he was going to have this fight until about 1 o'clock today, because Honeyghan's original opponent, Hugo Rengifo from Venezuela, was a massive 6.5 pounds over the stipulated weight and couldn't be allowed to fight. And so Smith has moved up from somewhere down near the bottom of the bill up to the top, and here gets an extraordinary chance of making a big name for himself against the reigning European champion and former British champion, Lloyd Honeyghan. Honeyghan in the black trunks. Well, R.W. Smith, this is only his 16th pro fight tonight, and he certainly hasn't boxed in this class before. And his father, Andy Smith, in the corner, will know full well that this is a big gamble they're taking. But if it were to come off and he were to score a win over Honeyghan, it would do young Mr. Smith's reputation a lot of good. And Honeyghan's no good at all. Honeyghan, 24 years old, from Bermondsey. Smith is 22. Honeyghan now beginning to reap the benefits of a long apprenticeship in the professional game. He's given up the British title, having won the European title, and he won that title by going to Italy and knocking out his Italian opponent in the 3rd round. Tremendous performance. He knocked out Gianfranco Rossi last month, and tonight is his first fight as the European champion. That's Honeyghan on the right. Smith grinning all over his face. Well, what an extraordinary day this is for Robert Smith, R.W. Smith from St Ives, that's his father, with the water bottle. And Smith this morning got up thinking that tonight at the Albert Hall he was going to fight Judas Clotty of Liverpool in one of the bouts on the undercard. And then at 1 o'clock or thereabouts today learned that he was going in with the top of the bill man, Lloyd Honeyghan. Tremendous transformation suddenly, and very rare occurrence. So, what can Smith make of this golden opportunity?
Second on, round 2.
Honeyghan in the black trunks, the European champion. He won the British title in 1983. He got 2 notches on the Lonsdale belt and then gave it up when he became European champion, so as to concentrate on Europe and the world. One of the very few British boxers who've managed to go to Italy and come back with a European title. He beat the Italian Rossi with a combination of a right hand and a following left hook. I think it was the right that caused most of the damage. And that's clearly the punch that Smith will need to watch out for here. Smith not finding too many chances to put his own punches across. He's too busy keeping out of the way of Honeyghan's, or trying to. Smith already quite reddened around the cheeks and eyes. That's a good little combination attack there by Honeyghan, and that's the sort of thing that Smith's got to handle. Good right. And towards the end of the second round, Smith's beginning to look a fairly open target for Honeyghan's work. Smith's going to have to do a lot better than this if he's going to get through 10 rounds. So 2 useful opening rounds from Honeyghan. Lloyd Honeyghan from Bermondsey, yet another member of the Terry Lawless camp. There's Lawless on the left. And Lawless took a bit of stick from 1 or 2 people because he was accused of holding Honeyghan back in the early part of his pro career. He's been a pro for 4 years now, but it's all been proved to be correct because he's taken his time with Honeyghan. Honeyghan's now had 21 pro fights, and he's picked up both British and European titles.
Second out. Round 3.
Well, Smith needs to tighten his defences considerably against this man. Honeyghan found it absolutely wide open to the head. Smith trying very hard to get to grips with Honeyghan, but Honeyghan is showing the greater variety of punches by a long way and producing a greater quantity of them. Honeyghan drawing him onto his punches. Smith smiles, but I'm not sure I'd be smiling if I were taking those. Well, the crowd liked his spirit at the end there. He came back at Honeyghan towards the end there after taking 1 or 2 good punches. That's his father, Andy Smith, tending to him in the corner. Andy, of course, was the manager of Joe Bugner in Bugner's great days as champion. And leaning through the ropes is another of Andy's ex-fighters, the famous Dave Boy Green, former British and European champion.
Take it up. Round 4.
Honeyghan, a fast puncher with a lot of variety. Has been known to switch to southpaw occasionally, but he hasn't shown that yet. The European welterweight championship that he holds, of course, was formerly in the hands of Colin Jones, who gave it up to go hunting for the world title. Honeyghan was an England amateur international in the late 1970s. Never won an ABA title, strangely enough. He was London ABA champion in 1979. Only 18 then, he was the youngest winner in those finals. Now he's 24. It would not be good at all to be beaten here by a man who's ranked well below you on the British scale. Oh, that was a good right hand. That was the one that always looked like being the danger punch, and Smith took it full-blooded, but he stood it. He stood to it, and he's coming back again at Honeyghan, and the crowd loved that. Oh, that was a really good right hand from Honeyghan. He's very quick with it. And Smith inside there getting what I suspect is a much-needed rest. It was the right hand that won Honeyghan the European title last month in Italy. And it was always likely to be the danger punch in this fight, and we can show you it here. Very nearly spelled disaster there for Smith. Just watch this right hand come across. My word, that was a perfect right hand to the side of the jaw. And Smith did well not to go down.
Round 5.
Swelling coming up underneath Smith's left eye.
Get him up. Come back. Get him out. Step back and take him. You're holding. Get her right out.
Well, Andy Smith, the father of RW, is an experienced manager. Been in the game a very long time indeed. And he must have had a lot of confidence in his son to put him in with Honeyghan, who's never been beaten as a pro and has picked up British and European titles. And to put him in when the boy was expecting a different fight altogether. And I'm not sure Honeyghan was too wise there. He went in to mix it with Smith, and that suited Smith. Smith was quite prepared to fight back at him with two hands, and he is again. Smith knowing full well that this is the opportunity of a lifetime. Speck of blood now on Smith's face. Honeyghan now gone back to more conventional boxing. He went in to trade punches with Smith, and he didn't have it all his own way. And Smith gets a very big hand indeed as he goes back to Dad. And this is, in its way, a fascinating little fight, because here's a man brought in at the last moment, several notches down the scale on the British rankings, and in with a chance of toppling the European champion. And it wasn't entirely in Honeyghan's favour here to open it up and start mixing it. But suddenly, Smith came back at him, and then it was all different.
Take it out. Stay. Both holding, you're both holding. Get him out.
It's the same sequence as before. Honeyghan decided to open it up.
Come back.
Once again, Smith came back at him.
Right.
Honeyghan looks altogether more in command when he keeps it at long range, keeps his boxing sharp and at a distance. Well, so far, Smith has shown himself capable of taking Honeyghan's best punches. He still looks reasonably strong. Oh, what a good punch. And Honeyghan knew all about that one. Honeyghan very quick to come inside there and take a breather. That was a nasty shot for the European champion, I can tell you. Uppercuts inside from Honeyghan, they were good punches. And Smith was in trouble on the ropes when that bell went, and he gets a little ticking off from Roland Dakin, the referee, for punching after the bell. Well, Honeyghan certainly didn't have it all his own way in that round earlier on, because here was a tremendous left hand. And now Roland Dakin has been called over to the Smith corner, and I think there's trouble there. And he's being pulled out by Andy Smith.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, Smith has been retired by his corner with a damaged right hand.
Well, it's his right hand that's been damaged. The one they're getting the glove off now. There's no doubt at all that Honeyghan was well in front at the end. No doubt whatever about that. But it's also true enough that Smith gave him, at times, a little bit of trouble. And it was a very, very brave attempt by Smith in a fight he didn't even know this morning he was going to have.